Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be replacing the steering wheel with this one right here. So let's get right into it. So first we're going to start off by removing the battery. I'm just removing the negative terminal here and that should do the trick. So just loosen the terminal and then pop out the terminal off the battery post. And then make sure it doesn't touch anything. And you should be good to go. So once you have the battery disconnected, now we want to go ahead and remove this airbag. On this car, there's a couple of Torx bits just right behind here on both sides, and it's a T30 Torx bit. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, it's a T30 Torx bit, and just go ahead and undo those two Torx screws, and the airbag should pop right out. So once you remove those two Torx screws on both sides here, you should be able to just pop the airbag out, just like that. And once you have the airbag out, you'll see these two terminals here, positive and negative. This is basically sending power to the airbag, so it deploys. So you want to grab a pick or a flathead screwdriver and pry these out right here, like that. And then like that, and once you do that, this should just come right out. And there you go, you got your airbag loose. Now you just want to undo the horn connector, which is right here. It's got this little release pin at the bottom, so just do that. It'll come right out. And there you go, that's how you take your airbag out. So now that we have the airbag out, I'm gonna break the center nut loose. I got a breaker bar here. It's a 17mm nut, so I'm gonna use a breaker bar. You can use an impact if you have one. I'm just gonna use a breaker bar here. It should do the trick. So now what you want to do is make sure the steering wheel is pointing straight, right? It didn't move your wheels or anything like that. And then loosen the nut, but have it on there just a little bit, so when you pull the steering wheel out, it doesn't smack you in the face. I just want to give it a couple of whacks here. And there you go. The steering wheel pops right out. So once you have the steering wheel loose, you should be able to remove it. But before that, we're gonna take this harness out. So this harness right here, the white pin, that's for the cruise control assembly and the horn. And the airbag wires are right here. And we're actually going to leave this on just in case in the future I want to go back to the steering wheel. I have that option. And this one, you can just pry it out. Just like that. And you can undo this nut here all the way. And there you go, your steering wheel is out. Alright, so now is the fun part. We're going to be putting the new wheel on, but before that we're going to have to put the new hub on so it supports the new wheel. I got this one from Works Bell, Japan. It's made in Japan. I got this from Japan. The only reason I recommend getting this is because with most Subarus, if you get anything else but this, you have to lose your clock spring. So when you lose your clock spring, you lose horn functionality. You also lose your auto turn signal centering. So if you want to keep all that, get the Works Belt. If you don't care and you want to get rid of your clock spring, go ahead and get something else. I know the NRG ones, you have to definitely take your clock spring out. The Works Belt kit comes with everything you need. This is the horn harness, so it plugs right into the factory horn clock spring slot right here. Comes with the horn button hardware. This is the hub. And then most importantly, it comes with these two resistor kits. So you put this one on each airbag cable here, and it prevents your airbag light from going on the dash. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So you see right here where the harnesses connect onto the airbag, you want to plug one into each. So we'll do one for the positive and then do one for the negative. Now you don't have to do this, but just to be safe, I'm going to be putting some electrical tape around this and make sure it doesn't pop off. So now we're going to be installing the hub, make sure it's upright, the clock spring is upright. And there's these two pins which align at the back of the hub here. And there's also a indent right there. Come on, focus. And that indicates that this is going to be the top. So you want to center the clock spring, and what I found best was to get the horn harness in through the top hole right here, get that in, and then get these two resistor kits, whatever you call it, in through the bottom here. Just feed that through the bottom hole and then get that in. So now you have these three routed in here. Make sure the pins align and the airbag harness doesn't get caught in anything. Alright, so once you have the wires routed through, and you can tuck these back in here, and this one just leave it hanging and then just push it in so it clicks, so the splines catch on each other. And then make sure the whole time your top indicator is always pointing right up there, straight up, and you're good. And now you can install this 17mm center nut back on. You can use a wrench or you can use an impact, whatever you have. Just, you don't have to go too tight. Don't over torque it or anything. Just hand tight should do the trick. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and reconnect the battery and make sure the airbag light is not on. And then with the battery on, I'm going to connect the horn button and then test to see if it's working properly as well. It is a bit loud, but the airbag light is not on, so that's a win. Alright, so now we're going to be installing the steering wheel. Make sure the top one lines up with the with the indent right here. We can just route this through here for now, and then just start screwing them down. Once you have all the nuts screwed down, go ahead and torque them down in a star pattern. You don't have to go crazy, just hand tight is good. Alright, so now we can install the horn button. Grab this, and then there should be two terminals on this horn button here. One of them, when you plug it in and you install it, the horn will always be on. So if it does that, take it out and then switch the terminals, and then the horn will only work when you press the button. I've already figured out which one of these does it. So I know mine, it's this one right here. Steering wheel is officially installed, and that's how you install a nice aftermarket steering wheel. in place of this ugly old OEM steering wheel. The one thing you would lose functionality of is the cruise control on this Legacy. And if you have steering wheel controls and stuff like that on your car for the head unit, you would lose that as well. For the Legacy though, I know D&D, which this steering wheel is from D&D, makes a adapter kit so you can retain cruise control. So if you want to retain your cruise control, go ahead and buy that kit. I didn't really care for cruise control, so chose not to go with that. And as you can see, I chose not to go with the quick release because I didn't really care for it. But I might do it down the road. It's pretty easy, so I'll do it down the road if I really wanted to. But for now, I'm happy with this steering wheel setup. So I'm going to go for a quick test drive and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.